Hey plebs, welcome back to the Respawn Point.
This is your 16th respawn.
Respawn Mondays is a weekly video game show. Elias and I talk about some of our favorite games while giving you the latest news updates. Join us on the Respawn Point every week to help you get back into the game. Today, we will be talking about games to look forward to in 2018. So we're your hosts, Nick Berry.
And Elias Christensen.
So Elias, it's good to be back.
It is good to be. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks I've been gone, so it's 3 weeks since the last show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking forward to it. It's been a little bit, but ready to talk about some sweet games.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how our week has been first. So how's your week been?
It's been okay. I haven't gotten a ton of gaming in, but I mean, it's been pretty relaxed, snowing. It's been freezing up here, as I'm sure you know. You've probably been working outside.
Oh, yeah. So cold. Single digits all week.
Yeah.
Doesn't stop.
Pretty much. And we have a whole nother week of it until Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, at work one day, I was, cutting tile, and, I work with, tile and grout and all that stuff, so my hands were in buckets, so... my hand was a little bit wet, and I went outside, and when I went to grab the door handle to come back inside, for that half a second I grabbed it, it froze, and I mean it didn't hurt anything, but you could tell it froze.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just too cold.
Yeah, we went to drop some. I got some beer. I wanted to drop it off at a friend's house, but they were on vacation, so they told me where the key was. I went to get the key. I put the key in my mouth. Stuff froze to my lips.
It's like a Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story, yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Ark, like I said previously. We're on a private server. And then, just, the last couple days, I've been playing a couple matches of the CSGO Wingman mode, which is their two-person competitive mode. So I'm not placed, but I'm hoping to get placed Master Guardian 1 or 2, which is a lot higher than I'm placed in the standard competitive mode, so that's exciting, but also I don't know what that means. Gotcha. How about you? What have you been playing?
Just PUBG. With the holidays and all the time off, only Monday and today. But just having that time. I haven't played too much actually because I've been spending a lot of time with family or whether it's mine or my wife's.
Yep.
So I've been doing that. So I really haven't played much besides PUBG. We played a good amount on, I think, Friday or something like that. Actually, no, Friday I was with you because we went out.
Yeah, that's right. We went out Friday.
Yeah. So one of those days though, I played a bunch, and then I was even playing before the show today.
Yeah.
So not much besides PUBG. Just keeping it simple. There's not really any other games that I haven't played Battlefront 2 in forever. And I was so obsessed about that game for so long, and then it came out, and I just don't have any desire to play.
I think the launch was just so bad that I don't know.
Well, the progression
plus there's
doesn't keep you playing.
There's so many good games out now that like competitive games. Like Ark came out with Aberration, and it's super fun. I'm having fun on a private server. I don't need to be on an official server to be getting the thrill of it. It is fun playing on a private server just by itself because it's still challenging. No one's posted, we're going to talk about it later, no one's posted the video of beating the boss on official, so it's very challenging for, no matter what skill level or tier of tribe you're in. CSGO, it has a new update for competitive. Dabbling back into League, I've already got enough games in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk about some more games coming in our
right,
life.
And not to mention Battlefront literally hasn't, the developers haven't told us anything since the game pretty much came out.
Yeah.
They said...
They haven't addressed the issues.
So they've said that they're going to do a weekly Q&A. Hasn't
happened at all.
There's been a ton of questions. The community manager even said, the first round of answers will be out soon. Never came out.
Ooh.
Never came out.
That's no bueno.
Nothing... No news really on when the next DLC season's gonna come out, and on top of that you have the YouTube and modder community modding the game to be fun, and the developers are just mum. Like,
yeah, I've seen a little bit of that.
There's been tons of skins, and like I saw one just tonight that they put Ahsoka in the game.
Ooh,
like modders.
I may have to play just for that.
It's sad though that like you have. I don't want to talk about it too much, but the modders are just running the game, and the developers are like, well, there's no microtransactions, so we're not going to support this game anymore, basically.
Pretty much. I mean, if they weren't to make a stand soon, and this is actually something I was listening to somebody talk about recently, there's like a case for a law up where, like, yeah, you've probably heard of, like, World of Warcraft had to shut down private servers for vanilla versions of WoW to protect their IP. Because if you don't protect your IP in all cases, it becomes a precedent that you didn't, so anyone could do anything with it. So they have to shut down these like passion projects that people put out. Right. So if Battlefront 2 doesn't make a statement soon, it could very well become a situation where, yeah, you didn't protect your IP anyway, unless this new law was to pass that. Yeah. They wouldn't have to, but
that's interesting. Yeah. But I was even talking to some of our friends about it. And I'm questioning whether like I even like the design decisions they made as far as like how the weapons handle and everything. I was thinking about like I almost kind of like Battlefront 1 more. I almost wish they kind of, because I feel like we've talked about this. Battlefront 2 is too middle of the road for me, where it's not like Battlefield-esque where the squads matter and strategy matters.
It's not
it's also not
competitive.
Yeah, it's not also casual like Battlefront 1 was, whereas at least Battlefront 1 was just like good fun.
Yeah.
So like part of me wishes they kind of just made a second, went off of Battlefront 1 just with more content and stuff.
Yeah. So I will say it's a pretty interesting game to have modders this early on making such big changes, because usually you see that in like sandbox games.
Or like when a game's dead.
Yeah. Like
this game is a month into release.
Arma or Ark or stuff like that, that's going to get... Ark had thousands of mods before the game was released, but like... on a AAA title, casual semi-shooter, like, you shouldn't see mods forever because there should be new content coming out all the time. Like, never mind the people interested in modding it. I guess it's just it comes down to the Star Wars community, probably.
Yeah,
pushing all
I think part of it,
which is cool, but
yeah, I think part of it is just people's disappointment with certain things, and no response. I mean, I'm sure
people are getting impatient.
I think they're still going to make DLC, but obviously their gameplay and whatever it was has changed. So, that's why I've only played PUBG.
Yeah.
Okay, so right before we go into the discussion, I just wanted to shout out, because we usually do at the end of the show, I want to shout out early on to give us a review on iTunes if you so desire. And then also, we do have a Patreon over at patreon.com/respawnmondays. If you don't know what that is, it's a way to support us financially. So, running the show there is a small cost to just hosting it. And if you like us or want to throw us a little tip, you can do so there. And doing so, you can join our Discord and you can play games with us and stuff like that. So we just want to make you aware. It's been in every episode description for a while, but we don't want to throw it on everyone. But new year, so yeah. Okay, with that being said, let's go on to the discussion of the week. We're going to be talking about certain games that you need to know about and that you should look forward to in 2018. Some may not be your style, others may be, but we kind of compiled a list of a bunch of popular or headlining games that are interesting. The biggest one that actually is going to come out later this month, and that Connor got me into recently, is Monster Hunter World. Now, Monster Hunter has been a very popular game over in Japan for over a decade. It hasn't really made its way over to the United States too much, besides PSP or the 3DS. But so Monster Hunter World is the first time it's come to console since the PS2 and the original Monster Hunter back in 2004. So Connor's obsessed with this game series, and he's talked to me about it a lot. And I'm kind of getting excited for it. It seems like a very cool action RPG type game.
You keep saying, actually, you were talking to me about it before the show, and it's like, man, that sounds like Kingdom Hearts, like, which we're gonna talk about later. But I do very much enjoy that genre of games. I might jump in there with you guys just to see what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's very
It'll be on PC or just PS4?
It will be on PS4 and Xbox, and then a
Okay.
PC date will be later.
Okay.
So we're gonna get for PS4.
I mean, I'm planning on getting a PS4 anyway, just for Kingdom Hearts. So
there you go.
yeah.
But it's a very simple premise of you hunt big monsters, and you carve their bodies for stuff.
Yeah, for trophies that you make weapons out of, right?
Yeah. So the basically the goal is to continually upgrade your gear, whether it's weapons or your armor. And to do that, you need to fight and hunt these monsters.
I was watching Connor was streaming a little bit of him playing the beta, and he had this like giant shield that then like attached, like he swung like his staff behind him, and it turned into this giant axe. And I was like, okay, I could get behind that.
Yep.
In front of that.
So there's actually 14 different weapon types. I believe that one's called the switch axe.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
So, I'm not, too versed in it. I've been, doing a little research into the game, but it's awesome. There's so many different weapons and armor types, and there's so many different monsters. It seems really, like, fun. You can join a party up to 4 people, and you can help each other fight monsters.
And then it's got, like, a little Borderlands element to it.
With loot.
Well, with loot and, like, the 4-player co-op and...
And you can actually, they've been saying, you can actually help your friend mid-fight. They can shoot a flare during, a hunt, and you can actually join them mid-quest and help them fight a monster if they're having trouble. Or you can actually do that for random people. You can actually look, if you're, say, a random person and you look for people who need help, you can help a random person with their hunt. Mm-hmm. And you'll still get, stuff out of it, too.
Okay.
So it's definitely an interesting game.
So that means I gotta beast through Borderlands 2.
You haven't beaten it?
No, me and Cooper just play like once every other Sunday.
Have you beaten it before?
No, I've never beaten it before.
Okay.
We're just going real casual,
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good story.
It sounds like disdain in your voice a little bit.
Well, it's an older game.
It is an older game. Yeah, I just never played it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, me and Connor actually beat it on because I bought the Handsome Collection for PS4.
You beat it
years
at
ago.
my house when I was.
That was the pre-sequel.
Was that the pre-sequel? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I think they're making a really big push to make it more popular out here in the West.
Okay.
If you go on YouTube, there's a lot of content creators that have been given sponsorships or help, or they've been invited to come and play the game to take footage. And I think it's a big part of that is they're really making a push advertising wise because they want to bring. I think they want to bring it out here and for it to be popular here. And I think this game is a really good start to that to make that possible. Mm-hmm. So everything I've seen so far, I don't know. I've never heard the series before, but everything I've seen looks cool and exciting. I did play the beta very briefly, but it was before I really talked to Connor about it. So I was like, I don't know that much about this game, and it was okay. It's a very different game to get used to the controls. But I feel like it's more, it's Japanese, so there's more to it than just button mashing.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Again,
there's combos and all this interesting stuff.
I saw Connor playing the beta, and all I really saw was like 10 minutes of him practicing combos, just like going back and forth in like this intermediate or whatever zone they were in, just like or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so that's the first game. I'm looking forward to that. That comes out January 26th if you're interested. The next game we have, and we're going to do these games kind of by release date, or some games don't have a release date yet, but kind of in order. The next game that is on the list is Sea of Thieves. Have you heard of this game?
Not heard of this
I didn't
at
hear
all.
this game before either until I looked up some stuff on the internet. This is basically a pirate-themed adventure game, and your goal is to become a really popular pirate.
Really good.
Yeah,
pirate.
really good pirate with like a lot of reputation, gold and all that stuff.
Okay.
So you're going to be treasure hunting. You get to play with other players online. You can have a crew. It is a first-person game. It has a very cartoonish vibe. It's not like a real,
I think
realistic.
I saw some, not screenshots, but game art for it.
Yeah, it's not like cartoonish like Fortnite, but it's definitely not like a realism of PUBG either. So it's a little bit in between. It will come out on Xbox and PC and it is cross-platform between those two.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's interesting.
So PC probably meaning the Windows 10 store?
Probably
not Steam.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's just what comes to mind because Windows is pushing that really hard.
I'm gonna say something about that. My little brother,
yeah,
he has a laptop that is decent, and he bought Forza Horizon, Forza Horizon 3
on
the PC.
Okay,
and I have to tell you, the Windows Store is awful.
Yeah,
it's bad. Like,
been that way for years.
It's stupid.
No, what's really annoying is so for the longest time, I never did anything about it because I don't even know that I actually had this installed on my computer. But whenever I went to go play a video, it would try to play my video through the Firefox for Windows 10. The VLC video player.
Yeah.
For Windows 10 store version. Whenever I right click play, it would always try to go to the Windows, and it's like, oh, install, and it's like, no, just go to my VLC.
Right.
Like, why do you keep pushing this one specific purchase on me?
Well, I have to say,
even though it would be free, I don't want to install it.
They install the game into a Windows apps folder that you can't even access. It's off limits. Like, you don't have permission, and
you can't.
No, and you can change permissions because it's your computer, but I don't know how. I've tried.
Well,
It's so. I know, but I haven't. It's not my computer. It's not my game, so it's not.
Yeah, I get that.
But it's not easy. Like you can go into advanced settings and all this stuff.
Your brother's not going to be able to do it.
No.
And
my dad doesn't know either. So.
Yeah, you could find the command to run or whatever, but
it's just a hassle. Like why put it in there in the first place?
I don't know. Steam apps are all accessible.
Right.
In the Steam app folder.
Right. So yeah, no, I don't. That would be interesting, but yeah, I don't like it. It's stupid.
Steam makes some stupid decisions, but they also they support Linux and everything's pretty open.
And you can pick where your games go.
Yeah,
like a normal third party or normal whatever store.
Yeah, if you went to the store and bought a game and put it in your computer and said go here.
So Sea of Thieves comes out March 20th, so pretty soon, within a couple months. Interesting. I don't know if I'll play it, but I thought it was worthy of putting on the list because it sounded interesting. Like, I wonder, cool idea.
How big of a splash it'll make, on the Twitch scene. People are always looking for new games to play to maybe ride out some new follows and stuff and whatnot.
It's true. Okay, the next game we have is A Way Out. I just added this one recently. It comes out 3 days after Sea of Thieves, March 23rd. It's have you heard of it? I saw it at E3.
Far Cry 5.
No, A Way Out.
Oh, A Way Out. Okay, I don't have that in mind. That sounds familiar.
It's basically a co-op. It's actually a co-op only game, and you play with a friend, and you're two random guys in prison, and you're trying to escape.
Okay, yes, I did hear about it.
And you can't play solo. If you don't have a friend sitting next to you on the couch, you need to play with someone on the internet.
Okay.
And you basically. It's an interesting concept where you need to work together to do the missions or whatever to get out. But yeah, so I think the gameplay I saw was, one person was there's certain parts where literally you just have to wait for your partner to do whatever they have to do, maybe to unlock a door or something for you.
Yeah.
So it's definitely very co-op dependent.
No, I saw somebody playing a game very much like this on Twitch the other day. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like. Have I already seen gameplay? No.
It's interesting. I mean, it's cool that they have a couch co-op game.
Yeah.
And I think it fits a cool niche for if you want to play a game with another friend.
Stuff like that I think is making a comeback. People see that there is a market for it, and no one. I mean, there's a couple people now developing stuff like that, or retrofitting their games to work like that at least. And so, if you can make it work, as a huge audience, you can just suction.
Yep. Next up is Far Cry 5. Comes out March 27th. I've never been a huge fan of the Far Cry series. I haven't played any of them,
I haven't played any of them. I know I know they're huge games. They look great.
Yeah.
Supposedly pretty interesting stories and decision making, moral
interesting
decisions
stuff
and whatnot.
there.
Yeah. This one looks pretty interesting though because it's based in the U.S. It's not an island anymore.
Montana.
It's like in the woods, and maybe a scenario all of us are a little bit more familiar with might hit closer to home. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know if anybody's ever been out west, like driving through some like small towns, I never felt too sketchy, but you do realize like, oh, things are a little bit more wild out here, like.
Yeah.
So I just think that aspect of it is pretty cool, like something you've experienced before, and like something goes wrong, and you're like, oh, I could have been there, like. I don't know. That's cool to me.
So yeah, it's a big title. Obviously everyone's probably heard of it.
Yeah.
So yep, that comes out in March, the end of March. The next one is God of War. Again, haven't played any of these games, but I know it's a big one that people like. So I just figured we'd throw it out there.
And this one's pretty huge too because his son is in it.
Okay. I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one where they're bringing his son into the thing, and he's like teaching him how to, hunt and.
Okay, I saw a trailer on it
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it looks like before the God of War series was much more like he definitely had like reasons for what he was doing and drive, and I know that he was like protecting his position in Olympus or whatever. But this one, I mean, immediately catches your eye because you're like, oh, that's a completely relatable scenario. Whereas before, that game was sort of notarized for its outlandish violence and sex scenes and stuff like that in the game. And so now taking a more like, I don't know, relatable turn is pretty neat. They might even get a lot. I know everybody who's played God of War before will probably go out and buy this. Maybe it'll get even some new people joining in.
So that comes out in the first quarter of 2018. Next is Red Dead Redemption 2. The original game came out in 2010, so it's been a while. This is basically an open world game out west.
Yeah,
a western.
And I will say, I think you mentioned this about Monster Hunter, maybe the biggest. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 has the chance to become one of the biggest games of 2018 because of the cult following that it has. And again, I've never played Red Dead Redemption. We come out as real like scrubs right now because we haven't played these games. We've been on PC for too long.
Yeah, it's
we
true.
Haven't played these console games.
The last console game I played was Horizon Zero Dawn.
We need to. I guess it's really weird for me as a PC guy to say this, but I need to get back on that console.
So certain games like you need to play on console, in my opinion. Like any type of not first person, but like a single player story game, I feel way more relaxed and comfortable playing on
sitting on the couch.
Controller, sitting on the couch.
Yes.
Whereas
it's more like a movie, like it's a little bit slower.
Yeah, you like the story element. Like I even tried playing some games like that on a PC, and I had to use a controller still.
Yeah,
but it's not as enjoyable sitting at a desk. Like sitting at a desk is like with a PC is way more. It's way more focused with playing with your friends in like a multiplayer, whether it's PUBG or like Battlefront or...
Right now, like my playthrough of Battlefront, or not Battlefront.
Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Borderlands
2 with Cooper. I'm playing on a mouse and keyboard, and I don't get all the story because I'm like focused, like I'm in it, because this is so much more effective. Like if I was tooling around on my controller, like maybe I'd be listening more.
Yeah, no, it's weird how that type of dynamic works.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, certain games like I enjoy way more on a console.
Yeah, I know out of these So thinking about these games in terms of the games that Donkey's going to make a video about, I am most hyped for the Red Dead Redemption 2 video.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be that comes out in spring as well. No official date, at least as far as I know. But yeah, no, it looks. I know the first one has rave reviews and everyone loved it, and another one of those open world games. Yeah, so we'll perhaps we'll check it out. I'm not sure exactly how everything about it or whatever.
Yeah.
But okay, something that the next game I'm actually really excited about for a couple of reasons. It's Spider-Man. No release date whatsoever given or announced. But this game is being made by Insomniac, and they're the ones who make Ratchet and Clank, and that's like those are the games like I grew up on and I love. So I'm a big fan of Insomniac, and the fact they're making a Spider-Man game is even cooler because I was a big fan of Spider-Man 2 for console when that game first came out. Like
that's almost like a bit of like hesitation for me, is because I loved Spider-Man 2 so much.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Like Spider-Man 2, the video game came out, and Spider-Man 3, the movie came out, and it was like, I still had Spider-Man 2 to go back in, and even after you've beaten the game, like you can just go save people from crime still.
It was so before its time.
Yeah, you could still swing down and save that lady from the purse snatcher, like just randomly, like you're in Midtown. Like it was so cool.
You could go to the Empire State Building and then just
do the whole
just jump.
Island of Manhattan. Like it was so good.
Oh yeah.
So I'm scared of like it's like, please don't Battlefront 2 this. Like
right. That's a good way to put it. No, yeah, seriously though. Cuz like even like Spider-Man 2, like the web slinging in that game was so good. And like some of the moves, like you remember you could like wrap around a pole and like swing and like, and then you had
the combo moves.
The combo moves, you had certain like, because like you have your web, so like there's certain web moves that are like the coolest.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like even I forget what it's called, like the web shield or whatever.
Yeah, you can
on
make
the ground.
Shield. Yep.
And it would like explode.
With ball, like.
Oh yeah, there's so many different combos and moves. So like I think if they can kind of do like that combo system and with a cool story, with updated graphics and everything. I mean, I'd be interested to see if they do like a different take on it. I know we've seen like Miles Morales and like the trailers and stuff, and they've kind of hinted maybe he has a part in it. We haven't seen too much of the game though, so it's tough to like. I'm almost thinking maybe it'll be like that's a typical thing they do in games where they'll have like the first couple missions you'll be like, because Spider-Man's supposed to be like veteran, like he's older. Like, so the first couple missions, you'll be that Spider-Man.
You'll be OP.
You'll be OP, basically. Yeah. And then they kind of backtrack you by playing.
Get knocked back.
Yeah, but it'd be cool if they did that by you're being Miles Morales and you have to train and maybe, Peter helps you or whatever. And you kind of have to build up your powers and, like, all of your moves. So that'd be really cool.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how what kind of direction they take. I think the gameplay we've seen is literally all they've made so far.
Yeah, that definitely seemed how it was. Hey, Professor Kaplish in the chat. Hey, how's it going? Good to hear you like Spider-Man. We're not going to name our favorite top 5 games right now because we're talking about other stuff. But maybe send us an email in our level up section and we'll answer it next week on the show. And also while we're in chat, well, A, thank you. I like my mustache too. Thanks for the follows, Molly Ambrose _ Folia Aura, and B Rent Davis 93. Thanks for those follows from our live studio audience this week.
Yes, shout out to those guys.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so I'm very excited for the Spider-Man game. I'm very nervous. What I was forgetting to ask you is, have you seen the trailer for the Spider-Verse animated movie?
No.
Yeah, there's going to be multiple timeline Spider-Mans in one movie.
Okay, that
sounds interesting. It looks very good. I'll show you the trailer after.
Okay.
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, it's been a long time since we've gotten a Spider-Man game, and I think the fact that it's not, like, tied to any movie or anything.
Yeah.
Like, they can kind of do whatever they want.
When I first saw the headline, I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, it can't be Andrew Garfield. It can't be Tom Holland. It better not be either one of those two.
Yeah. So, no, it's very, like, I don't know if like, the animated series is the right way to put it, but they can kind of... Basically, I just hope like they have like a lot of unlockable costumes, because like other Spider-Man games have had those.
Yeah,
and it's like that's like the Spider-Man has so many different like I don't know versions, but like just so many different costumes.
Yeah, versions definitely.
Yeah, and I know like one of my brother-in-laws is a huge Spider-Man fan. He loves like the Scarlet Spider with like the what is it like a ripped hoodie or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And
it's like stuff like that is just so cool.
I'm actually pretty excited for the Iron Spider coming up in Avengers.
Yeah. That did look cool. I'm not a huge fan of him being basically Iron Man 2.0, but
he's not.
I don't know.
Just wait longer. You never know what's going to happen to Tony Stark.
Professor Kapler says, I followed and I really like the podcast. Thanks, man.
Hey, yeah, you just showed up in the thing for us.
Yeah, no,
thanks for the follow, dude.
We really appreciate it.
Very much so.
Okay, let's. Anything else on Spider-Man?
No, it could be, but no.
Okay,
let's move on.
So recap. Spider-Man made by Insomniac, coming out sometime in 2018. Look out for it. It's probably it looks good so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next game is Soul Calibur 6. Thoughts?
I haven't played Soul Calibur since Soul Calibur 3, so I don't know. Sounds cool.
Okay,
have you ever played?
I played Soul Calibur 4 with like Yoda and Darth Vader. I played that one.
Yeah. I might have played that at a friend's house.
Yeah, I haven't played it a bunch. I know Soul Calibur is a very big series.
One of my old friends used to have a lot of fighting games, and so we'd break out Soul Calibur.
I like fighting games, but I'm not good at them. Like I'm not.
I honestly, I've played Smash since Melee. I just started getting good on the Wii U.
And that's a little bit different,
which means
too.
I'm trash at Melee.
Like.
Because I can't
Smash.
wave. I can
I'm not good,
barely wave dash.
I'm like I know like I know how to shield and dodge and grab.
Yeah,
but like I'm not good.
Yeah,
like, I try, but I can only do so much.
You just have to play it a bunch.
Yeah.
Speaking of fighting games, Cooper brought over his Switch and we were playing Pokken. Man, that's a lot of learning for each and every character, and it's like, well, this is Pokemon. There's too many characters.
Yeah. So. What we know, there's no release date,
mm-hmm.
But it uses the Unreal Engine 4, which is new, so
that's pretty
better
cool.
graphics.
What's really cool about that is it'll probably be easily moddable.
Okay.
Because all the games on Unreal Engine 4 are getting Arc, Arma, tons of games. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking forward to that.
Did it though? Yeah, I'll be right back. You talk about Soul Calibur 4 fighting games a little bit. I'll be right back to talk about.
So I think I remember playing Soul Calibur 4 at a friend's house. I don't even know how long ago, but I remember playing. I think it was just Yoda because I'm a big Star Wars fan, so Yoda's cool. But I was that game is just a game is so there's so many combos and moves you have to learn. And it's not one of those games that I'm actually like good at. So it is what it is. I bought Injustice for the Xbox, the first one, because I'm a big DC fan. So those games are fun. Nothing like, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time invested into it, but big fan. How's it going?
I might have to. What? Sorry. I might have to do some of the camera real quick.
Yeah, let's see. He says he can still hear us.
Yeah. Just something happened with the camera. I don't know where it was.
Okay. Gonna have to do some serious editing for the podcast.
Sorry, guys. Camera froze. I have to get a new one now.
Really?
No. It probably just overheated for a second.
Okay. Okay. So picking up where we left off. Any other thoughts for Soul Calibur?
No.
Okay. So Soul Calibur 6.
Maybe we'll look at it. Maybe we won't.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll get into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Because that's my show.
Yep.
And video game. So, pretty big for any Kingdom Hearts fan. Because honestly, since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, we've been getting teasers for this game. And we were told that things from Birth by Sleep, things from Dream Drop Distance, that was in Kingdom Hearts 3. That was in Kingdom Hearts 3. No, it wasn't. You made a whole nother game. Give me the big game. It's a very triggering subject, but I just rewatched the trailer that we got, all Japanese trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. It was the one featuring Toy Story, And I gotta say, I'm so hyped for this game. We don't really have a release date. Obviously, they listed it on that it's available for pre-order again this year. This is the third year in a row that it's available for pre-order on Amazon. And it's listed for December 31st. I'm guessing they could pull that back to November.
Yeah, usually when they don't have an exact date, Amazon just does the last date of the year. Yeah,
I'm guessing it'll be available for pre-order and release in Christmas time. I'm guessing they're just going to go for that. Or like Thanksgiving time is when it'll be available for purchase. What I have to say about the trailer, because I rewatched it and it got me very excited for the game. Some of the first scenes they show are of Olympus, and we revisit Olympus in every major title. You don't necessarily get it in the smaller ones. And each time you have a different approach to it. So in the first game, you just went to Olympus you did like a little bit of story, but there was really no world. Like, it was just the Colosseum. Just like literally the world was 3 rooms.
Okay.
The gates, the lobby, the Colosseum where you fight. And some stuff happened. Second one, you got there, like things didn't work out, like it was under construction or something. So you went to where Hades or whatever. You like went to like hell or whatever. And I don't know if you were working for Hades or just like helping him out for a little bit. But it was pretty, different take. You got to explore the, that actual Disney world a little bit more that they had with the Hercules TV show and movie. And now in this one, some of the first scenes, you see Sora jumping back and forth from these giant pieces of the Colosseum, and you see the Colosseum up in the distance, like it's been like busted apart, like a huge explosion's taking place. And then you see him like going through the streets where things are like on fire. So like Olympus has fallen, I guess. But yeah, it changes in every game. It's a center point, I think, for the major titles, Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, and I'm super excited to see what happens. They showed some brief shots of Twilight Town, which means I'm gonna have to go back and play Kingdom Hearts 2 and 358 over 26 or whatever that name of that game is, just to get a little bit more detail on Roxas before that happens. And what happens in Twilight Town and Organization 13 and all, and all this stuff. Because I played through all those games, I completed all those games 100%, but sometimes like you're more focused on finishing it than the actual story. So I need to brush up on that because I want to be prepared to like take in everything as this game comes out because I've been waiting for it for a decade. And then once we get to the Toy Story world, the first thing that stuck out to me, now everything's in Japanese. These aren't the real voice actors and whatnot. But when they go outside to fight, so you're not just in Andy's room the whole time. You're like going to, I don't know if you go to Pizza Palace, you go to Toy Store, at least.
Okay.
But the first thing that happens when you go outside is tons of Heartless are there. And they're not just like, it's not just like how it used to be. Like how it used to be was, okay, let's say you have this big room. You're going to fight some Heartless here, but these ones won't trigger until you're, like, here. And so you can just go through fighting small groups of Heartless. You go outside, there's, like, 30 Heartless, just, like, going. And they were, like, low to medium level, which makes me think, okay, this might be early on. This might be, like, your third or fourth world. Mm-hmm. But, like, there was so much going on, and he was using so many different moves that I was like, okay, this is a bit grander of a stage. Like, we're going to change things up. It's going to be a more dynamic world. It's not going to be, okay, we go here, and then we go here, and that's how you get through every room. Like, it's going to be a bit more open world, which I'm super excited for. He also had a ton of new mechanics, like, just things I've never seen before, him do. And then also he, like, jumped in one of the robot toys and was, like, going around as, like a mech, basically, which I was like, what is this game? So I'm just so excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out, and I'm not going to be able to stop talking about it when it comes out.
Yeah. Do you think they'll make like a PS4 themed console?
They better not.
No,
because I want to buy a PS4 now.
Right. Well, because it's like a very typical thing that lots of games do. They like theme a PS4.
I could definitely see it.
Okay.
That means I'm buying 2 PS4s.
Okay. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts. I think I own one for the PSP, and then I think I also own the first one for PS2.
Oh, cool.
But I haven't played them.
Okay. Yeah.
But they've always intrigued me. I love Final Fantasy, so
yeah. Having rewatched the trailer over the weekend because I knew we were talking about this today, I'm definitely playing it tomorrow night. So come check me out, twitch.tv/Tomath.
Okay, next up real quick, we have a couple of quick ones to finish out the games for 2018. We have Anthem in the fall. Anthem is made by EA. It's kind of like their Destiny-esque type of game. All I know is that I wasn't impressed by what they showed at E3. And then on top of that, with everything happening with Battlefront and the microtransactions failing, I think whatever they've been planning, they're going to change.
If they're going to go for an MMO, it's just going to be microtransactions city. It's going to be pay to win. There's no way it's not going to be.
You would think EA would... You know what? Screw EA. We're not going to talk about it.
We don't. We give them too much of time.
Yeah, I don't know. Bottom line, I saw the gameplay, and it was like, okay, you're in a suit, you jetpack around. I wasn't impressed. Like, I was just like, okay, like...
It's almost like we need to get rid of jetpacks. because when Call of Duty Advanced Warfare did it, everybody was like, I'm done with this. This is stupid.
Fun fact.
When Titanfall did it first,
you probably know this
everybody thought it was cool.
You listened to the HD podcast, but when Dr. Disrespect was on there, he worked on the maps for that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, like he's like...
You're like, that makes that game like this much cooler.
It's a little cooler. No, I was interested in hearing him talk about like... Because when he streams PUBG and stuff, like he talks about stuff, and most of the time it's like, oh, he's just... talking out his butt, but
yeah,
he's not. He's actually
he used to be a major map designer for Call of Duty.
That's awesome. Okay,
it's cool. It's cool. I like what he does at PUBG more.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Metro Exodus. It's the third entry in the series. I've only played Metro Last Light. It's actually really fun. It's like
how long of a game is that?
It's like 12 hours.
Okay, I was going to say, those games really seem like they're not that long.
They're not that long.
Because
they might even be shorter.
To me,
like 8 to 10.
Because I've never played them, they're just benchmarks. Like, I just see reviewers benchmark them.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. It's a first-person shooter and a post-apocalyptic world. And
you're going through the sewers, right?
Yeah, you have to go in the subway station, system. Otherwise, that makes sense. But you can go above, but you just need a gas mask, and you can wipe your face. You need to change out the things, and then there's like the radiation has turned a lot of like these crazy animals into monsters.
So there's survival elements.
Yeah,
to it.
No, it's more of like especially for the third one. I think they're going for even more of like a horror thriller type game. But no, it was really fun. I liked it because it didn't take too much of my time. It was like a good maybe 8 to 10 hour story, and that was it. And the graphics are ridiculous.
Do you play a lot of horror? I mean, like scary games, like
not really.
Play Alien Isolation or
no, I have it though.
Okay, yeah. I got like a couple hours into that and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I've been scared enough.
Well, I played like Slender Man.
Oh, okay. Is that scary?
It was at the time when it first came out. They put so many updates in it that made it not scary.
Oh, okay.
If that makes any sense.
They
changed it in a bad way.
I haven't played a lot. I played Amnesia when it first came out.
Yeah, I know Ethan has played that.
Yeah, and that was. I mean, it definitely made me jump out of my. The one time we did it completely right. We put we put headphones on and played in complete dark on the TV. Like we routed my laptop through, and that scared the crap out of me. Yeah. I can't even imagine what VR Alien Isolation's like.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah,
but hey, maybe I'll find out on Metro Exodus.
No, I think it'll be good. They're fun games, and they're a good short story, and maybe because I bought it on sale, so maybe that's why I liked it so much because I didn't spend that much money. Okay, we have You Decide, and he says to talk about RuneScape, because RuneScape is coming back in 2018. No, it's not.
I don't know. Probably my funnest days in RuneScape was see how much I played it. I can pronounce it real good. What's the main city? I can't even remember what the starter city is.
I played it for like 5 minutes.
Like scamming kids into killing cows for me outside the first city, and then I was high enough level to go through the gate to the Sand City, and I would pay them 10 cents for the hide, and then I'd go sell it for 100, and that was probably the funnest thing I did in RuneScape.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So last game is Quake Champions. Again, no release date.
Yep. I'm thinking it's actually going to come out a little bit earlier than these two. I'm thinking we could look at the summer release.
I kind of just threw them in there.
Well, I threw this one in at the end, but part of it's undecided. I could see them going for like a summer release with like an event or like a trade show or something. It's the first Quake game in 12 years since Quake 4. And Quake 4 wasn't all that well received. I mean, it was good. People definitely played it, but the game that people still play today for diehard Quake champions is Quake Live, which is basically an updated version of Quake 3 Arena. So a lot of people are really excited about this game. It's free to play, which has people scared. Basically, you buy characters and cosmetics like you do in like League or something like that. But from what I know, and I don't know a lot, I watch a YouTube channel called Rocket Jump Ninja. You should definitely check him out. He does the most detailed reviews of mice and keyboard you'll ever see. And he's been playing Quake for 18 years. And he's very excited about the game. So, I mean, that's as much as I could give you. It looks interesting. It's a very fast-paced shooter. I sort of want to try it out. I'll probably be pretty bad at it, but I don't know. It could be fun.
Hello to Donut Glazer in the chat. He's a reoccurring guest in the chat. So hello to him. He asked about DayZ. Do we need to worry about DayZ, or do we care about DayZ in 2018?
Okay, so they said they're leaving early access. If and when they actually leave early access, Donut Glazer, we'll talk about it. We'll play it. I'll play it on. I'll boot it back up and play it on stream as Tolmath. If and when.
Okay.
Tweet me so I don't forget that.
Okay.
Well, Donut Glazer, if you've been playing Quake for that long, are you excited for Quake Champions? He says he's been playing for 27 years. No, answer my sausage situation. No, dude, we're not delicatessen men.
Okay. Let's move forward. We're in 2018, guys, and we've been doing the show for how long has it been? Like 4 months?
Yeah, I mean, what's this, episode 16?
Yeah,
that's 4. That's 4.
Even a little bit longer because we started off doing it bi-weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping to improve the show for you guys. We hope you like it. And so along those lines, we mentioned it earlier. Some of our goals, just a couple. Patreon support. We want to improve the show in different aspects of our equipment, certain audio things with the music, and then things like the artwork for the podcast in general. So those are some things we're looking into, and Patreon support helps us with those things. We don't want to force it, and so we'll probably only mention it like once per show. But so just to let you guys know,
we usually just throw it in at the end, but start of the new year, we figured just throw it in. And in addition, obviously we're going to talk about this at the end. Something else we throw in at the end all the time is our level up section where you guys can email us any questions. You can throw in show topics, or give us something to talk about, something you're concerned about.
Yeah.
We'd love to talk about
any type of questions or anything you really want.
Yeah.
But as far as the Patreon goes, we have the website, patreon.com/Respawn Mondays. And then the rewards go, I think, like pleb.
Mm-hmm.
So, for $1 a month, you can be a pleb, and you can join the Discord server, and you can play with us or talk to us freely. And then they kind of go up there as much as you want. So, yeah, there's some cool things on there if you want to look at that. We know, a lot of podcasts use Patreon, so we're no different in that aspect. So, yeah, if you're so inclined, check it out.
Yeah, at least go look.
Okay, let's move on to the news and kind of wrap up a little bit of the show. We have some PUBG news. We finally got a peak increase player count on December 29th, which was actually a Friday. And it crossed 3 million players. It got 3.08 million. And we were way off on our guesses.
Yeah, we thought it was just couldn't stop.
We really thought it would just go higher. And they kind of just plateaued around like the 3 million mark. And so, I guessed, 3.75 million. Not going to shy away from that.
Yeah.
And then
I guess 3.5. So
I really thought the beginning of December it would hit the 3 million, and then for full release it would really just go up. But it kind of just stayed the same.
Test server just drew from that.
But even when 1.0 released, it got like a slight bump, but not like anything crazy.
What's funny is I look at the chart on Steam Spy, and it's like I don't know, it looked pretty consistent.
Yeah,
like. The growth is just consistent.
Yeah, no, it's still going up. It's just... Okay, so Donut Glazer wants to know what $100 would get you. Well, guess what, Donut Glazer? You
donate it, and we'll figure it out.
We'll talk to you in the Discord, and we will do something so special.
Yeah.
It'll blow the glaze out of your donut.
I know some things you have up there. It's like help us plan the show.
Yeah,
you want to get involved, get involved.
Yeah, it's there's cool stuff on there. We promise. Okay, so a big thing. They came out with a patch on December 17th, which is actually a couple weeks ago. I don't think did you talk about it?
I don't think we did.
Okay. The first thing I wanted to mention was in the recent week or two, I've gotten zero rubber banding or lag.
Yeah.
So I really think they've been working on optimizing it even after 1.0, and they've done a good job because I haven't had literally any, probably since this patch. So that's really good because that was actually a really big issue. The first couple minutes of a match, you'd rubber band, you'd most likely die if you're in a populated area, which was annoying. So that's important and really good for the game's health. So going into the patch here, the first thing they've said is that Miramar, which is a desert map, and Erangel now have an equal chance to be selected when joining a match, which is really good because when 1.0 first came out, it was unbalanced where Miramar was, I think technically it was 70% to Erangel 30%. But it seemed like 100% of the time it was just desert map. And, that made sense because at the time, we wanted to experience the new map. But we had been playing the test server for so long, we kind of missed the old map. And now that it's 50-50, I think it's much better being able to go back and forth and kind of just experience both maps in equal amount.
I loved playing on Miramar, but, I want to use vaulting on Erangel. That's a whole new thing we need to get used to. We need to practice that.
No. So Donut Glazer says he has a 970 graphics card and a 7700, and it stutters in PUBG. Well, that doesn't sound right. You could just be saying that because you like H1Z1, which we don't. But
you can go hang out with Summit 1G if you want.
Yeah, that guy. No, your setup should be more than enough. I have a RX 480 and a Ryzen 5 1600. Yeah. So
I have a 1080 Ti, but I also have a 4770K. So I'm a little lopsided. If anything, I should be experiencing stuttering. Yeah. Graphics smooth.
No, I'm honestly, PUBG has been so smooth the past week or two.
Yeah.
It's been really good. So that's very good for it being full release and going into 2018. We'll see what kind of... They've said they're going to give us a roadmap for this coming year, and they haven't said anything yet.
It's sort of like the holiday season. I wouldn't expect that.
No, yeah, but they said that they'll come out with it soon, so you know it'll be interesting to see what else they do. They've said that 1.0 is just a milestone and that they're going to plan on continuing this game into the future.
On the H2 podcast, he was talking about how now their whole idea is balance and getting the game esports ready.
Yeah. So okay, let's go through some more of the patch notes. We have a replay system adjustment. Mm-hmm. So the players you can now only view your game replay 3 minutes after dying or leaving a match, and that was, I guess, people were if they died, they would exit, go back in the replay real quick, and then tell their teammates where the people were if you were fast enough at it. Mm-hmm. So they put a 3-minute timer on that, so you couldn't do that anymore, which is good because you don't want that. And then the rest are just bug fixes. We have some issues where buildings and objects were not marked on the Miramar world map. And actually, I think today Jake and Connor found one that still wasn't marked.
Oh, really?
And they found some good loot there, I guess.
Ooh.
It was like right above... it might have been Los Leones, I don't remember.
Okay.
So maybe there's even some more. Or maybe that's still an issue.
Yeah, I can see that.
We have reduced occurrences of the issue where replays occasionally crashed back to the lobby screen. And so on restarting a replay, it will continue where last viewed.
Oh, wow. That's pretty handy.
Yeah. What do you think about the replay system?
I haven't used it a lot.
It's good. It's cool. Like, I know even for...
I've seen clips of replays and stuff. I love the potential. I just haven't...
I think it's all, like Connor. I know actually it made Connor a little tilted. He went back to replay where it was a 1v1 situation at the very end, and he literally got him to like 1 HP and he died.
Oh,
so he lost that. Well,
that's pretty cool that you can learn.
Yeah, it's cool that you can see those, like, even because you can spectate the enemy if you even wanted to. So that's really cool. So the next thing, fix an issue where the beginning of the death cam and replay was missing. Fix an issue where players couldn't earn BP, and they also they said they're gonna come with an update with how to compensate people, which is a weird issue, but it's good to know that they will compensate people for it. It fixed an issue where players could die unexpectedly from fall damage. Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah,
I've had that. I've had it like where you get stuck in a part of the map, and it doesn't just knock you; it kills you straight out.
Yeah,
it's stupid. It's frustrating.
It's funny because that's the sort of glitch that they said they say they fixed. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not 100% fixed.
No, it's stuff
like they haven't found all the
I
incidents.
actually was so upset that I posted it on their bug page on the forums. So
nice.
That's the other thing. Other good thing. If you're not recording your gameplay, you can go back to replay and then use your screen recorder to record the replay itself, which is cool. So you don't, I've had it where I've kind of gotten the habit of recording my gameplay. So if there's ever a chance I do want to, I then can buy the replay system.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
K-Break in the chat, by the way, thanks for stopping by, K-Break. They also added that delay replay in solo. That's a bit stupid, he says. I guess that's not necessarily intended for that purpose, but at the same time, I sort of get, like, they probably just applied it to all queues.
Yeah.
Because they have so many queues. Because they're probably not just selecting, like, solo, duo, squad. It's probably all of those third person, all of those in every region. So they probably just said, yep, all.
Yeah. So, no, it is kind of stupid. But I can see where they're coming from as far as why they implemented it. And, I mean, that's not a huge problem to have to wait 3 minutes.
Yeah. Not that big a deal.
I don't know. Yeah. And then the last thing was they fixed an issue where bullets couldn't penetrate particular fences from both sides. Yeah, that's a problem. Because they have added, penetration to certain objects. So yeah, no, good things. And I think a lot of the stuff they didn't even put in the patch notes, but things like the rubber banding being fixed, it was definitely part of that patch. Ever since that patch, everything has been smooth, at least for me. And it's been fun. I mean, PUBG is it's hard. It can be frustrating, but it's fun with friends. I mean, that's, I think, the biggest thing why we play. Is that it's just a fun game to jump in with friends.
Yeah. K-Break's sort of hitting on what we were talking about. He said they earn millions of dollars and they can't fix these small things. But yeah, I understand. PUBG is a broken, terrible, but still fun game.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand, like, yeah, they've made millions and millions of dollars. and you would think that this would be fixable easier. Again, we keep hitting on it because we both listen to the H3 podcast, and Brendan Green was on there. He said, and this is something that is true: is hiring isn't a money like
issue.
It's a time, finding the right person, and so you need more people to do all those things.
Donut Glazer asked, why would PUBG players need British Petroleum?
I don't know.
They don't. They need battle points. I don't know what BP even stands for. Battle points, maybe.
Well, you never know. See, Miramar, we don't know exactly where that's located.
It's definitely Mexico.
So
there's
a country.
Thailand.
Is there Thailand?
It's not. No, that's the name of the map. Our live studio audience is revolting on us.
It's definitely Mexico. There's a wall.
So maybe we need the BP to fix the oil spill that they caused of a game. Myanmar is the... Yeah, thanks, Donut Glazer. Someone's got our back. Buenos Aires.
Thank you so much, chat.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for PUBG. It's PUBG. It's going to be updated continually. It's it is what it
It'll
is.
be interesting. I mean, we're gonna have more news. We're gonna talk about it, obviously. I have a few more notes here, just quick things. I basically said them all last week. I'm gonna say them again. CS:GO, you still have 10 days to buy the Boston Ely Major Fantasy Sticker Bundle, so you can go on and pick your favorite teams for the group stages, playoffs, all that stuff. If you want to play, you have 10 more days to buy it. The bundle's $40. I think you can buy the teams you want individually as well. I think I'm going to be buying mine tomorrow and going at that.
So I'm gonna portray Donut Glazer's question to you.
Oh, okay.
So Donut Glazer asks, can we expect any Rust news?
I don't.
Question mark.
I don't play Rust. It seems interesting. I do like I was watching Shroud play a little bit, and I did like their mix of technology on like a more basic level. I just like the graphics of it, or like aesthetic of it a little bit. But I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that maybe I'll Google it. Maybe we'll mention something new they did or something next week. Speaking of sandbox survival games, Ark, this holiday weekend was a 3x weekend for official servers, as they still don't have any submissions for anyone having beaten the boss on Aberration. So, I mean, if you're close, or even if you're not close, maybe you're the closest. And what I would love is if this just kept climbing, and no one submitted the video intentionally. Just so, I mean, like, in a couple of weeks, we'll have an 8x weekend or something. Like, how great would that be? And then, miscellaneous, we have the Steam Winter Sale is still on for 3 more days at 1 p.m. Eastern. It shuts down at January 4th, 18. So, check it out. I mean, there's some great deals up there, and flash sales and whatnot. But just a reminder.
Cool. All right, that closes out our news section for the show. We'll kind of wrap things up by having our polls and trivia results from last week. And the results are... First, the question was, what kind of games do you play on vacation? And we have the different genres here. We have MOBA, FPS, RPG, platformer. RPG won. It got 60% of the votes, and then FPS got 40%. Which I'm surprised. You think MOBA would be a little bit more popular. We know League and Dota are really big games. We know we didn't get the most amount of votes, but I still think the results are a little skewed.
Probably. I mean, I voted RPG because they're not the games that I play on RPG or I play on vacation aren't necessarily the games you would think of as RPGs immediately. Like sometimes I'll put a lot of time into Ark, which is an MMORPG, but it doesn't seem that way, but it is. And then I'll put a bunch of time into Pokemon. Yeah, which
Man, no, I love RPGs.
Yeah,
like being able to like upgrade your class or your guy further and further, and that's just there's something about it that is just really rewarding.
Hey, Donut Glazer, how do you vote? Well, this poll's closed right now. I do have a poll planned for this coming week. I was actually thinking we could talk about what games they're most excited for in 2018. Maybe out of some of what we talked about, or leave some open.
Yep. So we figured that we'll ask the question of what's the most anticipated game for you for 2018, and then probably in the post on Twitter, if you follow us at Respawn Mondays, we'll throw in there, comment if it's a different game. We'll probably, I don't know, for the poll you can only put 4 options on Twitter, so we'll probably put 4 of the big ones. But if there's another one, just comment below what's your most anticipated game for the year. I think for me, Monster Hunter, because that's what I'm into right now, and it comes out in less than a month, so that's cool.
That's pretty exciting.
That helps.
Yeah.
So for our level up section, we have a PC part list from Ahigsy, which is one of our first followers, so he's tight with us in the Discord. So we'll give him kind of a grade, I would say, maybe on his PC part list, and if you have a part list you want us to look at, you can do that by emailing us at respawn.mondays@gmail.com, along with, as we mentioned, different questions or whatever you kind of want to send us feedback or whatever through our email. You can do that there. So if we go over to his part list, he has a Pentium G4560 3.5 gigahertz dual core processor. I'm surprised he was even able to find one.
Well, what's interesting about that is it is hyper-threaded enabled. That's so good. It acts like a quad core.
Yeah.
And on certain games, we were talking about Far Cry 5. Far Cry 4, there was a big issue 2 years ago or whatever it was, that it was locked to quad core processors. But I believe they did make it that something like this, hyper-threaded dual core, will work for it.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, no, that's a really good CPU.
Yeah.
For gaming, it's honestly like all you need. He has a CryoWorks C7 CPU cooler. He has a B250M gaming micro ATX motherboard. He has 8 gigs of memory. He has a GTX 1050 Ti 4 gigabyte, a cool case from Deep Cool, and then a Corsair 450 watt 80 plus bronze certified semi-modular ATX power supply. 4 in the grand total is, after the mail and rebates, is $506. So for $500, I would say you're getting a really decent computer, I would say, for gaming. I think it's gonna be able to do everything you need. Obviously, it'll probably be more on like medium settings, I would say.
Yeah. Donut Glazer in the chat says the cooler is monkey aids and get better processor rather than GPU. Actually, it's typically shown that GPUs are where your money should be at if you're playing video games. Right now, I mean, processors aren't doing a whole ton for us. And I love CryoRig as a company, so maybe watch your step there.
No, yeah, I mean,
it's gonna cool that processor, no problem.
Well, the thing is that it acts as a 4-core, and for gaming, that's all you really need. Like, games don't use many cores for gaming. That's more going into workload type stuff and stuff like that. As far as the GPU, yes, the 1050 Ti is very, very simple and basic for what you want. But however, he's going for something very budget oriented, and for what he wants to do for the price, it's more than enough. And then the beautiful thing about desktop PCs is that he can always upgrade later. And so for what he's getting now is good enough. And then later on, like even with the RAM, he can easily add another 8 gigs of RAM later on. RAM prices are ridiculously expensive right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only things that stuck out in my mind about this build were, I saw the case and I was like 36, like, oh, you could probably trim that down to 20, but it's like $10 is like not a big deal. And he probably got more of what he wanted with that case. And RAM is just a little bit more expensive, or a lot more expensive than it used to be. So really, this is a really great value, I think. And I'd be excited to see what this does against like an Xbox One X.
Yeah. Yep. So what would you grade it based on what we know as far as his budget being? Obviously, it's more lower budget.
Lower budget. $77. Do the Ryzen 3s come with Coolers.
Yeah.
As much as I love CryoRig, you probably could have stepped up to an i3 for like $30 more. And I mean, that's the amount of money you put into your CryoRig. I'd be willing to bet you're going to get the same performance in most games. You might even save a couple bucks there and be able to put, like I said, maybe shave down the deep cool, like the case to like something horrible, just like crap, and maybe bump up to a 10. Nah, maybe. I don't know. At that value, it's pretty great. But like, imagine what you could do with a 1060 sort of thing. Like,
yeah, that's true. It's really tough building a PC right now. Everything is so inflated, especially RAM and GPUs. So it's tough when you're on a budget. You kind of have to make sacrifices.
And honestly, that's just what I would do if I was building a computer. This is probably going to work great for you. And never mind, you can always upgrade a lot of these parts.
Yeah. So, all right, shout out to Higgsy for sending us that, and we look forward to him building it, and he's going to send us some pictures our way. So if you're interested in sending us your PC part list, go ahead, and we'll check it out for you. So that about wraps it up for this episode. If you want to follow us, you can do so through Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all at Respawn Mondays. Personally, you can find me at NikkiGirl7 or on YouTube at NikkiGirl Gaming. And then Elias.
You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all at Tolmaeth, Tolmaith. Like I said, I've been playing some CSGO lately. I'm going to be playing some Kingdom Hearts tomorrow and getting back to Ark probably midweek to weekend next week.
Yep. So, all right, and last thing, if you want to leave us a review on iTunes for our podcast, go ahead and we greatly appreciate that, and we can shout you out. And then if you want to send us the part list or you want to send us a question, you can do so at respawn.mondays@gmail.com, and we will check that out, and we will do it for the next show.
Real quick, hey, CR Jacobson, thanks for stopping by. What's up to you? K-Break, I'm sorry if it didn't show. It'll probably show next week. Thanks for the follow, as always.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks for the chat for joining us this week, and thank you all for respawning with us.
We'll see you next week.